He is Steve. Is Steve with us there, Fritzy? He is?
He is.
Steve Smith, the Ravens wide receiver, joining us on the show. We were just talking about weather, Steve. Coldest weather you ever played in was when?
I think it was -20 in Wyoming.
Oh, so when you were at Utah, you went to Wyoming?
Yes, we went to Wyoming. It was -20. Yeah, and brother from L.A. never been in the snow. That was rough tread.
Okay, what did you wear?
I had on a turtleneck and all that stuff, but I quickly switched, doubled up things. Almost burnt my gloves off. I stayed by the heater. It was terrible.
So no matter what it's going to be like at Lambeau, it's not going to be worse than Wyoming.
Or
I should say New England.
Cold is cold, and that's the best part about the playoffs is everything is unpredictable. Who wins, who loses, the weather. That's just the fun part, and I think bad weather is just a cliche of football. Bad weather, that's football weather. As a wide receiver, rain is not football weather, but it happens to be though.
When did you realize, or how were you told that you must hate the Steelers once you arrived in Baltimore?
By fans, everything. I mean, it was just like that's who we're against. That's the team that gets in our way. When I was brought here, that's what they said. We need a guy that understands smash mouth football to go out there and be punished, and then also too just being a fan of football over the years. I said it when we played. I said, with the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers and seeing all the great games and seeing all the years and seeing the legacy of what Pittsburgh is about in football, you desire to want to be in that kind of atmosphere. And the Pittsburgh Steelers have shown over decades that they're a team that always plays in January and February. And so being a part of that was really, really cool, and seeing that and hearing and feeling the energy in the stadium just brought. I feel like it brought my level of play up too, because you knew exactly what was at stake.
And does it bother you that whenever your name is mentioned, your age usually follows your name?
Oh, I love it, and that's why. And that was the whole thing with being blessed with my third son, our fourth child. That's why I had such a strong desire to put senior on the back, because I think it just goes right there to it. 35 years old, shouldn't be playing as a starter, because it just doesn't happen a lot. And, so I was like, man, 35, just had my first junior, I'm going with senior, man. It just fit.
He's Steve Smith, the Ravens wide receiver, be in Foxborough this Saturday afternoon, taking on the Patriots. You going to let your sons play football?
My 9-year-old, he plays. My oldest, who's a heck of a soccer player, he plays soccer, he plays football. I let them play, but I coach them in off season and kind of really give them an opportunity to kind of learn it, and I teach them. But my youngest, he's probably about 56 pounds. After Thanksgiving meal, he's real skinny and tall. So he just plays flag. I'm not really letting him play. Physically and emotionally, he's not prepared and ready to play, so I'm not going to throw him in the thick of that.
Are you deceptively fast now?
No, I can run. I can still run. I just can't run. I can't run full speed 60 plays anymore. I'm just not doing that.
Yeah.
When the ball's in the air, I can get up and get it still.
What's Flacco like in the huddle?
He's funny. Straight to the point. Gets the plays out. It's actually pretty interesting because they call him Joe Cool, and I get him, and we prank each other and have fun. So he's a lot more behind closed doors. He's a lot more open than he is out on the field.
Is Revis still the best defensive back?
I think so. He's a heck of a player. What he went through with his knee. He bounced back with that. He was a little bit like every guy that comes back off the ACL in the new year. He's after the first year, he wasn't himself. But I think he's playing at a high level, and he's shutting guys down.
T. Suggs has always got a conspiracy theory, whether it's people didn't want the Ravens to win the Super Bowl to now people don't want the Ravens to win in Foxborough. That's not the way it's supposed to go. I mean, he's entertaining. Does he believe this stuff, Steve?
He's my locker mate. We were right next to each other. We had some great, high-spirited conversations, and he said some things that sometimes I scratch my head. But he's my guy, though, so I don't expect anything less. He's a great motivator. He's a great prankster. He's also a huge movie buff, so that just plays into really who Terrell Suggs is. He loves movies, so he's always analyzing and overthinking things. So that's really him.
Does he do impersonations of movie characters?
No, he doesn't. He will try. He'll get movies confused too. So he's pretty good. Like we were talking about a movie, and he was saying how good of a movie it was, but he went into how it could have been a better movie, and I thought that was pretty cool because he's directed some, and so he's doing. It's been cool to pick his brain on stuff like that.
What'd you think of Carolina beating Arizona?
I thought that was a good win. I saw the fumble with Teddy Ginn Jr., teammate of mine, ex-teammate and former teammate. And, being in Carolina, I knew that kind of hit him hard, watching him go to the sideline because we were in Pittsburgh watching the game. But I thought it was a good win. They did a great job. Defense neutralized their offense pretty well. I know those guys, and, I mean, a typical Carolina defense playing tough, hard-nosed.
Do you root for them?
I'm in the AFC. So, at the end of the day, I try to focus more on Baltimore Ravens and everybody else. I evaluate with film.
I'll say that's a no.
Nah, I'm just playing ball.
Yeah, but you have friends there, though, Steve. You may not like the front office.
I root for friends. I text guys congratulations, and I root for them. But, I mean, you only want your team to win. Yeah. That's it. You don't want anybody else to win.
What'd you think of Cam's post-game getup? He had velvet slippers, and it looked like a tuxedo jacket.
He's a lot more stylish than me.
You wouldn't show up with that?
Oh no, they would kill me if I showed up in that. They would be on me so tough. I wore a colorful suit this weekend. They were telling me I had a tablecloth on. So I mean, it's open season. Anytime I wear anything kind of different, so I try to minimize that.
Wait, is Suggs the one who gives you grief?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Who roughs you up?
The receivers get at me pretty good. They get at me.
Torrey or Owen?
Torrey, Marlon, Jacoby, Kamar, Mike Campanaro can't because he's a rookie. But we keep it high spirited and fun, and we always talking about each other in a good way. So it's always fun.
Well, congrats. I'll see you in Foxborough. We're taking the show up there on Saturday, so dress appropriately.
Okay, well, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
All right, Steve Smith, Ravens wide receiver.